Hey dreamers, this is Jade. Welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I've done a book haul, so I did want to share all the books I've picked up since January. So it'll be a book haul from January through like early April. So let's get right into it. First of all, I did pick up some more One Piece mangas. These are the continuation of the ones that I already have. I haven't even got to most of them yet, but Crunchyroll was actually having a sale, so I did go ahead and pick up volume 9 of the omnibus, which is volumes 25, 26, and 27, and then also volume 10 of the omnibus, which is 28, 29, and 30. I picked it up, like I said, Crunchyroll was having a sale, and I actually bought these in December, but they did not arrive to my home until sometime in January. So I'm trying to do the books as I bought them, like whatever month it was, or either by a store. So we'll see how it shakes out or whatever. These I do know I got sometime in January. I went to Ollie's. I got a few books that they had at the time. Jasmine Guillory. I'm pretty sure it's Jasmine Guillory. Sorry, Jasmine Guillory. And it's Drunk on Love. I don't know what it's about, and a lot of these I probably can't give you a synopsis because I really don't know what they are about. I just know that I have read the author before and I like them, so I want to give them another try. This one, I have read her book called The Wedding Date. I really enjoyed it. Besides, there was one aspect of it that I did not like, but for the most part, it was very enjoyable, so I did pick this up. Also, Heat Wave by TJ Klune. Not sure what this is about, but I do know that I like TJ Klune. He actually wrote my favorite book that I had, that I read last year, which is Wolf Song. Got to get into Raven Song this year. That is the sequel to that. And I do have all of the books besides the last one for that series, and I'm just waiting on that to come out in paperback, so I can get the Barnes & Noble special edition, and they all match. Also got Chloe Gong's Foul Lady Fortune. Picked that up from Ollie's as well. And I love Ollie's because they have books and they're at a reasonable price. This hardback was $2.99. This one was $2.99. And the Jasmine Guillory, that one was $3.99. Now, I'm not sure why and how they price things differently. Like, I don't know why the paperback would be more, but whatever. Still a great price. And then I happened to be in, I honestly don't know if I picked this up in January, but I happened to be in Five Below and I saw this, The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success by Deepak Chopra. And it's a possibility that I've read this before, but in case I haven't, I got this little pocket-sized version of that book. Also, these I think I picked up in February, the ones that are coming up next. I got this Out of the Woods by Hannah Bonham Young, and I've heard great things about her, especially the book called Out on a Limb. I haven't read anything of her, but like I said, I've heard great things from her, and I wanted to read Out on a Limb, but I wanted to read whatever comes first. And from the looks of this is I think this is the newest book, but on the inside it makes it look like it's part of the series and that it came out first. So I just have to look into that, and that's why I bought it, because I was like, oh, this is the first one, I can read it. So but I'm not sure. I'm honestly not 100% sure. So I'll have to look that up first, and then if it's not the first one, get the first one so I can read Out on a Limb. Anyway, I picked up this book called Dirt. There is a lady online I really love to follow. She used to be known as the Spirit Doula, but now she just goes by Professor Melanie. And I was in one of her, not lives, but she had a live, and I did the replay, and she said, how can I talk? She suggested getting this book and reading through it, and so I did pick it up just to read through it. And also from Ollie's, I got this Harlan Coben novel. Did I say novel? Anyway, Harlan Coben novel, and it is a thriller, and it's I Will Find You. And as I've said so many times before, I really enjoy Harlan Coben. I love the series that he does on Netflix. Matter of fact, I think there's a new one out that I need to start. So I did pick this up. As I said, I don't know what it's about. I just know I like Harlan Coben. I like his books. I like his TV shows. So yeah. And then I got this $3.99 Finlay Donovan jumps the gun. Finlay Donovan jumps the gun. I've been wanting to get into this series, and this is part of the series. It's not first in the series. It looks like the first one is Finlay Donovan is killing it, so I'll eventually end up getting that one, or maybe listening to it on audiobook, and then the second one, and I think this is the third, and then I'll get to that one. So, but I did want to pick that up. And then this one I've actually already read. It is A Love Song for Ricky Wilde by Tia Williams. I was not very enthusiastic about the first book that I read from her, which was 7 Days in June. People rave about that book, but I think it was, I'll just call it user error, because I went into that book with a certain set of expectations, and it did not meet my expectations, and I think that's why I didn't enjoy it as much. And if I had just went into the book probably with low to no expectations, I probably would have enjoyed it a lot more. This one I did really enjoy a lot. I love the magical realism in it. And it was good. I really enjoyed it. However, I have read it, I'm done with it, and it's not something, even though I really enjoyed it, it's not something I'll probably it's probably not something I will read again. So I'm going to put this in the donate and or sell pile. So yeah, that is my first set of books. As I said, this is all from January through early April, and I will get the next stack and we'll go through it. And yeah. Okay, so the next set of books I think are from February through like current that I picked up. The first one is The Poppy War. I've heard great things about this book. It is really hyped up, so I'm hoping it lives up to the hype. I do think the latest person that I've heard raving about this book and this entire trilogy is Eden, who is both a book talker and a booktuber. I feel like there was somebody else, but I can't remember right now. So yeah, anyway, I did pick up The Poppy War. Looking forward to getting into this. This is actually one of my 25 reads in 25 that I want to get to. So yeah, and actually A Love Song for Ricky Wilde was one of the other ones. So I've actually made my way through a few of the ones that I already want to read in 25. But anyway, the next one is Monkey Journey to the West. Monkey King Journey to the West. I picked this book up because there's this guy on YouTube who does these fantastic video essays, and as you all know, I have been completely immersed and obsessed with One Piece, and he'll do videos that'll take a character from One Piece and say so and so was real. So like one was Luffy was real, and the last one was Usopp is real, and he'll go into it, and basically he'll just show you how Oda was inspired by like fairy tales or things that happened in history to bring those characters to life. And so there was a few stories that he related to from the Monkey King, and there was another one, Momotaro, that is basically the story of the Wano arc, which is fantastic. So I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna have to look these stories up and get more information or whatever, and he suggested this book, so I did pick it up. And there was this movie way back in the day called Legend of the Monkey King that I used to love, and I think it's very much related to this. So anyway, that is Monkey Journey to the West. Looking forward to getting into that. This one is also on my 25 and 25 list. And I have been wanting to read Jade City for so long. Of course, because it is a fantasy. People have also raved about this series and Jade City. Jade City. I had to get it. And it's the, come on. Had to get it. So, did pick this up. Looking forward to getting into that. And then I've heard great things about this as well, When I Think of You, by Maya Ariel, and I do believe she just came out with another book. So yeah, I want to read through this one and see how I like it, to see if I will be reading and picking up the second one, which I probably will. I'll try to give authors at least 2 tries before I'm like, nah, not for me. I've also heard great things about Catherine Cowles, all of her series or whatever. So I did just pick this up. This is a standalone, if I'm not mistaken, and it's called All the Missing Pieces. And I want to say it's like romantic suspense. Like I said, I'm not going to go into exactly what everything is about because I don't actually know. I just kind of have vague ideas, and I'm not going to share vague ideas with you. But anyway, this I actually picked up, Six of Crows by Lee Bardugo, simply because I have been kind of wanting to read it anyway, but then lately Kalila, I'm not exactly sure how you pronounce it, Kalila or Kalila, I think it's Kalila, on BookTok, has been raving about this series, the Six of Crows series. I only picked up the first book because I want to give it a chance first, before I go ahead and get the second one. But I mean, when I tell you she has raved about this book, so I was like, I have to read it. So I did pick this up from Barnes & Noble with the buy one get one 50% off. Glad I got that in my stash. This is also, I do believe this might have made my 25 and 25 list as well, but don't quote me on that. This one I read. I love this so much. This is the third book in the Oathbound series. Oh no, the Oathbound series. The third book in the Legendborn series by Tracy Deonn. The first one is Legendborn. The second one is Bloodmark. This is the third. There will be one or two more, I do believe. I thought it was just going to be a trilogy, so I thought this was going to wrap up the whole thing. But now that I can see that there are other things that need to be taken care of, that didn't get wrapped up in this book, so I'm looking forward to the next one. When I tell you this series is Chef's Kiss, Chef's Kiss. And Nick, that's a good man, Savannah. That's a good man. So yeah, love that. Have read it already. We'll be keeping this until it comes out in paperback, because I have the other two I have in paperback, and I don't like hardbacks. I just don't. They hurt my hands. They hurt my arms. I actually ended up, because this is so heavy and it hurts so bad trying to hold this and read this, I actually ended up buying the e-copy so I could just read it on my Kindle, because trying to hold this was like, no ma'am, cannot do it. And this was actually a pre-order. I got this on pre-order, and I always forget that a lot of pre-orders are hardbacks. I did the same with this. I pre-ordered 3 books. The other one won't come until sometime in May, and that is Kennedy Ryan's new book. That's Hendrix's story, and I can't remember the title of it right now. But anyway, this is another one that I pre-ordered by Abby Jimenez, Say You'll Remember Me, and I loved her her trilogy that had part of Your World trilogy. And although Part of Your World was not my favorite, but that was my least favorite of the bunch. That was the first. But then I loved Yours Truly and Just for the Summer. It's so good. So I did want to go ahead and pick up her new one, which is Say You'll Remember Me. Again, had I realized it was hardback, I probably wouldn't have gotten it. And I'd have just waited for the paperback. But it's here now, so I'll probably end up reading it and then deciding how I like it. And if I do like it, then I'll get the paperback to have in my stash. And this one will probably be either sold or donated. So yeah, and the last one I picked up, actually just picked it up yesterday. I had to go get my hair done, and in that area is a BJ's, so I checked out the BJ's, and they had Emily Henry's Funny Story in there, and people have raved about this book since last year. This is the book she came out with last year that everybody just loved. Again, I wanted to wait until the paperback because I do not do hardback. So yeah, did pick this up. It was only $12.49 at BJ's, and I think I did pretty good over the course of 4 months right now. Well, we'll see what happens the rest of April, but this stack is like a stack I would get for all of those months. Is probably what I would get in one go. So I'm glad that I have dispersed it over a few months and I'm not buying as many books. And one thing I'm trying to do is, we'll see how well it works out. One thing I'm trying to do is read at least 5 of my physical books before I buy any more. So I have been flying through books actually lately, so maybe that'll work out for me, and that will cut down on the clutter in my house, because I definitely need to go through those shelves and figure out what can go, what I need to read, what I need to get rid of, all that kind of stuff, and yada yada yada. And my floor is full of books, okay? So yeah, anyway, that is it from January through early April. We'll see what happens the rest of April, but I just wanted to give you my book haul because it's been like months, especially since I haven't done or started my book journal yet. Actually, I've started setting it up, but it's not completed yet. And once I finally do complete it, I'll share. But I am really just taking my time and just fitting it in where I can get it in, because I have other stuff to deal with right now. So yeah, anyway, that is it. I'm going to stop rambling. I hope you all have been safe and well, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.